Hi guys, Bob again with RouletteOnline.net, here to talk about a roulette game that you can only find online called Mini Roulette. Now Mini Roulette is just like standard roulette, but the only difference is the wheel is much smaller in terms of the amount of numbers. A Mini Roulette wheel only has 12 numbers plus a 0, which makes 13, as compared to a standard roulette wheel that has 37 or 38. But why don't we head over to the table and I'll show you an example of how to play it. As you can see, this table is much smaller than the ones we're accustomed to, and there are only 8 types of bets in Mini Roulette. So what I'll do is just run through them quickly so you can become familiar with how the game is played. So the first one is your standard straight up bet. That's a bet on any single number. So there's like a bet on 1 or a bet on 4. We also have the split bet, that if you want to cover 2 numbers at the same time, you put a bet in between them. So there's a bet that would cover 2 and 5, or a bet that would cover 3 and 6. We also have the street bet, which covers 3 numbers, and that covers the row. So there you go, there's a row for 1, 2, and 3, or a row for 10, 11, and 12. We also have the square or corner bet that are placed on the corners, and they cover 4 numbers. So here's a square to cover 5, 6, 8, and 9. We also have your column bets that are just like your standard roulette wheel, and they'll cover a column. So there's a column bet, and there's a column bet. We also have half dozen bets that cover 1 through 6, or 4 through 9, or 7 through 12. We also have your odd and even bets that will cover odd and even numbers on the wheel. There's your odd, there's your even. And then finally we also have the red or black bet, and that covers obviously the red numbers or the black numbers on the wheel. So looks like we have things pretty much covered, so why don't we go ahead and give it a little spin and see what happens. I'm assuming we gotta hit something on this unless it pops up on the 0, which is certainly possible. But okay, so we hit 1. So yeah, we actually covered 1 a couple of times, so that would have paid off pretty decently. So that in brief explanation is what Mini Roulette looks like. Now one thing to note is that this game is currently available not in any US casinos. So remember, this can only be played online by players that are outside of the US. If you are inside the US, you're not able to play this. But there you go, that's Mini Roulette. So that's it. As you can tell, it's pretty easy if you've played roulette before. And if you haven't, it'll be a piece of cake. Anyway, this is Bob with RouletteOnline.net. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.